not being happy, not being free, feeling broken and worthless and in the wrong place at the wrong time, not acceptable, not loved, not part of, not seen. And for a while now we've been teaching about freedom from ego, freedom from identifying with the person, from being somebody, freedom from believing yourself to be this person, these thoughts, that you are these feelings, that if you have a bad feeling, that it's your feeling, it's personal, it says that you're bad. For quite a while we've been teaching this, and it seems to get worse, not better. The pain of being a person. And so we're really looking into why is it when you bring a message of really freedom and joy, like being free of, not that in a way that you don't have a person anymore, but that you have a person like a responsibility, but it's not saying anything about you, this form that you take in freedom. And at the same time, you can at any stage step back into pure consciousness, which is just pure being here, and experience pure freedom. And from this, and with this step back position of being nobody, you're able to be somebody with much more softness, and it can transform as it's needed. You can still be in kindness. And actually that this is a very joyful way to live. What seems to be the pattern is that the more the promise of freedom is there, because we can smell it, the stronger the fear gets. The more angry this person becomes, this person that you're not, the more angry it becomes and the more fierce it becomes to survive. And then this sheer strength of emotion of a person under threat, because it thinks it will die if we're not absolutely that person, the more strong this emotion gets, the more we get lost completely in it again. So it looks like we're going the opposite direction. In a way, we are much more addicted to the pain of emotion than the pleasure of it. When we're in pain, we become much more egocentric, to say it really blandly, than when we're in pleasure. And if we come into spirituality with an agenda to get free of the pain and have the pleasure, then it becomes very extreme. Because the pain's getting worse. Where's the pleasure? At a certain moment, it can look like it's a total waste of time. I'm going down. I'm more worthless than ever. I'm more unseen than ever. Nobody cares about me. Everybody else is okay and only I am rejected. This is the scream of the person, which we're not, thinking it's God, trying to survive. And in this, moments of pure entanglement in this aspect of the person, when the person starts to scream like this, we are so close to our freedom, because why would we want to hang on to that suffering? When it gets that extreme, this person starts to scream in jealousy, it starts to experience hatred, it starts to experience profound distrust, suspicion, it starts to gossip, it starts to spread rumors, toxic rumors, to make stories, to destroy, all out of the survival of the person. Why would we want then to hold on to that? This is the moment when we can be most free. We're in pain, we can be free of that pain. So what looks like the worst crisis sometimes can be the greatest healing opportunity. Because it is entirely possible, in the midst of pure despair, more than ever, to say, this is not me. This strange, jealous, hating, despairing person is not who I am. I don't recognize myself. I don't recognize myself, so who am I? So who am I really? Am I this one? This one who is in a rage of jealousy and insecurity, in such a suffering? Or am I the one who's looking at it? Who do I choose for? Do I want to be the hateful, emotional, entangled, suffering person? Or do I want to be absolutely pure and free? Just here. Just here. No different from anybody else, just alive, existing. It's a critical choice, which we all, in the end, will come back to the one who is just here without the person. We always come back to that. Doesn't matter if it's the hour of our death, we always come back to that place. And that place is, if we choose for it, choose to let go of the person, that place is full of unlimited joy, unconditional freedom, unconditional love, and a total redemption. It's really, really, really okay. Nothing happened. Nothing says anything about this space. So what does it mean to... Why is it so hard? Why is it so hard to make that choice? To disentangle from form? To let it go? To let go our rage? To let go our agenda? To let this person that's screaming and raging, to let it go? Okay, there is anger here now. It's not about me. There is anger. There is jealousy. There is pain. It doesn't mean anything. Why are we so deeply addicted to that? I think the reason is because we have a core belief that it's either or. That we so much love this world secretly, even when we're in hatred and in jealousy and in distrust, we so much love this world that the emotion hooks us in because we think something needs to be fixed. And if we choose for the one at the depth of ourselves who is free, then we're abandoning. It's as if we don't care. It's as if we don't give a shit about these things which are wrong out there. It's a kind of very, very deep loyalty. And it's a misunderstanding of the mind that if we let this person go, that we won't be able to structure and make things good anyway through the person. Because the person never goes. It's there born again in every moment according to the moment. We can be more here for others when we're truly here as in truth as we are and not in the illusion and entanglement of emotions than we can when we're riding on a wave of emotion. We can be more here to heal injustice or pain or anger or abandonment when we ourselves are coming from a position where we see there is the pain of abandonment. It's not about me. It's not that I'm abandoned or that we are abandoned. It's not personal. It's just a pool of suffering. When we take off the hooks of it's because of her, it's because of him, it's because I did, it's because of my childhood, it's because, when we let all of that go and just make this simple movement and say, there is suffering arising, we're already free to begin to work with healing, which is what these courses have all been about. How to really, truly become a healer. Not in the sense of making everything look good and having a sense of pleasure in the short term. How to really be of service to the biggest healer of all, which is life, which always includes suffering. So we're moving into a real inquiry with this meditation of this interplay between being nobody, nothing special, pure love, light, bliss, consciousness, the same as is everywhere, and being an individual somebody. And how to move with that within a and. I am a relative somebody. I carry this person which is myself, which is connected with the persons of others. But it's not in any way saying anything about who we are at the core or our freedom.
What our message is about is coming fully to life beyond fears. And coming fully to life means also suffering, also joy, also happiness. It's end. All aspects of life are there to move through. That doesn't mean that you're perfect. It doesn't mean that you're alone. It means that you're together. When we express into our lives, it's so important to look to the motivation which is behind that. Why are we expressing? Are we expressing for our own grandiosity? Are we expressing because we want to be good? We want to be accepted, admired? Is this the reason why we are expressing? Why we're giving form? That is a fast lane to unhappiness, to suffering. In this, the person, as Georgi brought forward, becomes the center point. This is not bringing happiness. It's bringing us very fast into a split. Us and them, me and you. It's bringing us isolation, loneliness, separation. It's bringing us the suffering. It's never good enough. There is always critics. To move beyond the person means that you move to deeper areas of yourself inside a different motivation. So one of the first things coming forward is that the person is of service to you, and you are not of service to the person. We are not the person. The realization that we are not the person, not our personality, not the way we express, it's just the way we express. Sorry. It's just the way we express. It's motivated when we move beyond the person by a very deep need to express our qualities, and a very deep need when you look into the depth of expressing your qualities, of being of service. We are part of the whole, and being part of the whole, we are service to the whole. The moment we can move from service, it's like we are the right person in the right place. When you do something unconditionally for somebody else, it brings immediately happiness, fulfillment. It doesn't matter what you do. When we are in pain, which is happening a lot, little things can bring forward a lot of pain, and big things can bring forward a lot of pain. But when we are in pain and we are totally isolated, it's our pain. The suffering becomes incredibly deep. There is nobody for you. But when we are able to take our pain and see that so many of us are in the same pain, in the same suffering. And from our suffering we can connect. From our pain we can connect. with even if it's one other person. Something magical is happening, a process of healing which is a process of healing which is bigger as only your process of healing is started. It's such a help to endure the personal pain, if it's not personal anymore. So the meditation is very much today about sharing. So we start with connecting with the ID. And from the ID, we move down with light. So the ID is about 30 centimeters above your head. And you just imagine that it's a source of light. And you just invite the light to come down around yourself, till underneath your feet. And then the first stage is very, very easy. I'd like you to connect with a positive feeling. This can be love, this can be peace, happiness, joy, compassion. Joy of life. And just move back into the memory of this feeling and allow this feeling to kind of move forward inside you and around you. And then I'd like you just to take somebody you want to share this feeling with. Not necessarily somebody is in need. It can be the most happy human in the world. Or it can be the person you shared this feeling with in the past. And just share this feeling. That's easy. Because when we have a positive feeling, we immediately want to share it. When we are happy, it's an overflowing cup. And then I like you to connect with what we personally decide is a bad feeling. What our mind tells, this is not good. This can be loneliness, or maybe anger, frustration, insecurity, fear, jealousy. What I'd like you to do is really connect with the feeling and allow the feeling. Allow the feeling in yourself. Look at it. And step back in allowing the feeling and becoming aware this is not you. It's just an emotion, it's just a feeling. And by allowing it, you will see that it will start to transform. Then I'd like you to take in your mind one or more other persons who are suffering from the same feeling. And you allow that feeling, that emotion, that experience as well. You share the experience. Together we are suffering of jealousy. Together we are suffering of destructiveness. together we are suffering of loneliness. And you allow this suffering not only for yourself, but also on behalf of the other. After that, I'd like you to connect again with the ID and with light. And just invite the light to come down all around yourself. And then there will be some music.